Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I have another eyeshadow review for you, except this time this is a brand new product. We are going to be talking about the Nouveau Neutrals. I think it's Nouveau. God, I hope I'm saying that right. What is with me? I can't pronounce things lately. Please excuse me. This is a 26 color shadow and blush palette. This is from BH Cosmetics. This retails on the BH Cosmetics website for $16. Although last night when I was online checking this, it is actually on sale right now for $12. You get 26 shades, a combination of eyeshadows from mattes, soft pearl shades, metallic shades, and then you've got matte blushes down here. I think 4 of the shades are matte and one of them is like a satin shimmery finish. We will go ahead and create a look. You guys know that I like to actually try things on camera so you can see how they blend, see how the colors show up. We'll talk about packaging and all that stuff. I do have a lot of thoughts about this palette. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in and we will go ahead and jump into it. All right, so there is that uncomfortable zoom that I know and love oh so much. So like I said, here is the packaging. I actually really like this packaging. As you can see, it's white with rose gold type print. I don't know why I even described that because you guys can see it. And then on the back, it just gives you some information about the palette, ingredients, and all that good stuff. And then there are no parabens in this formula, which is fantastic. That is one thing that I always look for. So open it up, and then you've got like this pretty white packaging. It's plastic, so I can only imagine that this will probably get pretty dirty pretty quickly, but I do like the white with like the kind of shiny metallic rose gold print down here. There are no mirrors in this palette, and there are also really no actual shade names. It comes with this plastic slip on here, but it's kind of sliding around, but it just tells you what is matte, what is a soft shimmer, and what is a metallic shade, as you can see. So it has that. Now I will say the outside of this isn't so bad, but where these shadows are housed is probably some of the cheapest packaging I have ever witnessed in makeup personally. This looks like it's like a cheap, very like kind of thin plastic insert. Of course, this is $16, so you can't expect a whole lot. You're getting 26 shades. So yeah, but that is just a comment on the packaging that this is not the most sturdy packaging in the world. It is nice and thin. It would be easy to travel with, but I would make sure that obviously you have it packed very nicely so that it's not getting joshed around. So let's go ahead and do some swatches, live swatches. We got a lot of shades here, but I'm gonna try my best to kind of do up and down my arms. I will fit as much as possible. I'm just gonna start with the top row. Again, there are no shade names. Off the bat, as I pick up these shadows, they are very buttery smooth. I will let you know if they are a matte or a shimmer. So let's see, we have, all right, how are we gonna do this? Okay, so this is a matte shade, soft shimmer, and then a matte. Now, for me, this is actually very impressive as far as swatching matte shades. I know that sometimes they don't translate the best, but if you look, these blend pretty nicely and they're pretty pigmented. I do like right away looking at this that we have some cool toned shades. Off the bat, that is one thing I really enjoy about this palette. All right, I'm wiping my hands off on a makeup wipe so I can move on to the next shades here. So finishing up the top row, we have a matte, and then another soft shimmer. Absolutely stunning, some warm peachy shades. Now we have a metallic shade, a soft shimmer, a matte, and then another matte. I try to pick up as much pigment as I can, you guys, so you can get a really good representation. This is onto the second row. The metallic, like I said, I played with this a little bit yesterday. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I kind of did like a little tiny Instagram story just showing you the palette. I didn't show any swatches or anything, but I'm really impressed by these swatches so far. All right, moving on, the rest of the second row, we have a matte, a soft shimmer, and then a metallic. So let's just go ahead and see how that works. That shade is stunning. This one right here, this kind of soft shimmer, has like some silver reflex in it. It's a little bit powdery, But like I said, look at these mattes. So to me, these are really good swatches. All right, let's move on to the last row. We have a matte, soft shimmer, metallic, and then another soft shimmer. So let's go ahead and do that here. Sorry, you guys. Just want to give you the best idea possible. Kind of went over my bone there, but these are really pretty shades. I love this gold shade. I don't even know what kind of a look I'm going to come up with yet. All right, last but not least, we have a, oops. It's hard getting all this makeup off your hands, I swear. All right, we have another soft shimmer, and then a metallic. So this will actually round up the remainder of the shadows. Those are stunning. So I love the mix of tones in the shadows. There are some warm tones, peachy tones, cool tones. You've got some beautiful metallics in here, some good pops of color. But to me, yes, this would be kind of a new take on neutrals because it's not just all soft brown champagne shades. You've got some peachy shades, some cool tones. It's kind of like the perfect mix of like a neutral palette. Let's go ahead and move on to the blush swatches. All of these are matte with the exception of the last shade. I'm gonna try to get these all on, well, I'm gonna get all but one. So these are all the matte blushes. Really pretty blush shades. Of course, you could always use these as shadows as well. And then let's go ahead and pick up the soft shimmer blush shade. That is really pretty. I could even use that as a shadow as well. All right, you guys, so here they are. Here are all of these swatches from the palette. I'm gonna leave these on my arm, so if you see me doing my look, that's why I didn't bring another makeup wipe in here to wipe them off. So there we are. I really should have some in my beauty room. So again, just so you can see, here is the palette before we dip in. I don't have any blush on my cheeks yet, so we will demo that as well. And then again, here are all the shadows with the blushes. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Like I said, I have no idea what kind of a look I am about to create. I have my color switch in front of me for my shadow brushes because I haven't cleaned them in a while, like I said in my last video. I have primed my lids with some concealer and some translucent powder. I'm going to try to hold this palette up the best I can to show you guys what shades I'm dipping into. Let's just go ahead and start off with a transition shade. So I'm just going to dip into this kind of matte pinky shade here just to kind of lay something down. Not a lot of kickback at all, as you can see. I like to show you guys that. Not a lot of kickback, not bad. I'm just gonna sweep that all over my lid. I think I'm going to try to go for like a really warm eyeshadow look. Oddly enough, if you guys notice, I don't do a ton of like super like warm looks. I have my one bronzy eyeshadow tutorial up and that's it. I'm gonna really smoke this out. Now usually light shades don't show up on my lids very much, but this is actually showing up and I'm a little bit shocked by that because like I said, usually I don't experience that. I'm actually gonna start off by dipping into this shade here. So as you can see, there is some kick up there. But again, not terrible. This whole palette is not very expensive. So usually to start my looks, you guys, I always start out with my Morphe, what is this? I can't remember the name, the M433. It's my favorite. So this is blending out really nicely. This is super pigmented. As you guys can see, that like took no effort at all, and I really didn't need a lot of product. All right, now that I have that peachy shade down, let's go ahead and get things really warm. I'm gonna dip into this orange shade right here using that same brush. I'm gonna really work that into the crease. So yeah, to comment further, these mattes are going on like butter. They are blending with like little to no effort at all. I slouch so bad. If you guys notice my videos, I am such a sloucher. It's terrible. Fun fact, I have a very slightly curved spine, so that explains that. How do I want to really warm this up? I do want to bring a little bit more brown into this, so I am going to dip into that brown shade down here and work that into the crease even further. It's not really doing much on top of these shades. It's warming it up just a tad, but it is getting to where I want it a bit more. These mattes are gorgeous. I don't see any fallout under my eyes or anything like that. But as you can see, these are blending out like a dream. I'm going to take a clean shader brush. This is an e.l.f. blending brush. I'm just gonna kind of try to soften out these edges because it's looking a little bit harsh. Now, I like to fluff my shadow out quite a bit because I have hooded eyes, so that's just my preference. I don't have a lot of lid space, so I have to really kind of push shadow out. Look how easily these are blending out, you guys. Now, let's go ahead. I want to dip in, I want to kind of deepen the outer corners a bit, so let's kind of go into this kind of dark chocolate brown shade. I'm going to pick up my favorite brush for that. This is the Lamora blending brush. It doesn't have like a real name to it, but I always talk about how I like this because it has like a flat top and I can like dab shadow on really easily. All right, look at that. Boom. Pigment. I am impressed. You know what, you guys? I think maybe let's make this super smoky. I'm gonna get this all over my lid. I need a flat shading brush. Where are you? I'm gonna pick up a lot of this deep brown. I'm gonna get this all over the lid. I don't usually do looks like this, so bear with me. I'm not even gonna do a cut crease. We're just going in. I have no idea how this is going to look, but so far, putting this on my lid, I am really impressed. This is actually my first time, I should mention, playing with BH Cosmetics shadows. I have one other palette from them, and it's like a wet to dry kind of palette that's just all metallic shades. It's not my favorite. I've never really used it other than one time where I did a BH Cosmetics like mini haul video. It was not my favorite. I'm really loving this deep brown shade. You guys, these mattes are just incredible. And we will brighten it up with some metallics. I just want to have like this smoky look, and I'm actually really liking these two colors together. Let's just kind of go ahead and blend things into the crease so we don't have such a harsh line. Going back in with that e.l.f. Cosmetics brush and just kind of melding things together. I want to be a little bit more daring and out there with my eyeshadow looks that I do for you guys. This is almost like Neapolitan ice cream. And I can't lie, I'm kind of living for this kind of dark, cool tone brown with like this peachy kind of sunset type deal, I guess you could say. So now let's go ahead and get some kind of metallic on the lid. I am really loving this like deep metallic here. So let's just go ahead and try to put that. I'm gonna use that same shading brush. I should have mentioned what I just packed on this dark brown shade to my lid using the 773 shading blender brush. So I'm gonna try this dry first. Wow, that's going on pretty good for just being a dry shadow. It's gonna work from the inner corner and out. I'm not gonna bring it to the outer edge totally. Let's go ahead and Fix Plus it up, kick it up a notch. Woo, yes, holy smokes. Okay, that is like light years different. Do you guys see that? Light years different than when I had it dry. Okay, so to get this shadow to its full potential, you need to spray it with some kind of Fix Plus or get it wet, something. So I'm gonna bring it almost to the outer corner and then I'm gonna stop. I'm almost out of Fix Plus, you guys. I'm really sad. Kind of into this thing where I put down, like, I spray the brush with Fix Plus, I put down like the wet coat of it, and then I take some of the product dry, and then I pack it on even further, and I feel like you get even more of like a textured look. I want to deepen out that outer corner just a bit more to make sure we get like that chocolate brown still there. I'm going to dip back into that dark brown shade using my Lamora brush. I'm surprised the kick up on this is not that bad. And then I'm just going to pack it on just the outer V. And then again, just softly blending out the edges with a clean brush just to make sure everything looks blended. I really hope you guys like this look because it's the most different look that I've ever done and I'm actually really liking it. Let's go ahead and move on to the bottom lash line. I don't know what I'm going to do here on the lower lash line. I think I might go for like a pop of color. I'm going to kind of dip into this bright orangey shade. I like to use as many colors as I can out of a palette so I can give you guys like an accurate like idea. That's cool. So this is like a fiery orange shade on the bottom. I'm using that same 773 shading brush from Delium Tools. I really want to smoke that out. All right, let's go ahead and highlight. I'm going to take my Lamora pencil brush. I'm going to use, that's the other thing, I don't really see, let's see, this one right here. This could be a good highlight shade. This is like a soft shimmer shade. We'll use that. I'm just going to go ahead and assume and spray it with the Fix Plus. I'm gonna work that kind of in the inner corner. Whoa. I am barely touching my brush to my inner corner, and that is some serious glow. I'm gonna blend it up because it's kind of harsh compared to my look, but I still like it. And we'll just brush that along the brow bone. I don't think that this look needs a winged liner at all, but I'm going to go ahead and actually pop some brown liner in the waterline, pop on some mascara, and then I will be right back. All right, so as you can see that this palette gets quite fingerprinty, but that's because I was swatching and playing in it, but just to show you that it does attract some fingerprints. Now, this is the completed eyeshadow look. This is super smoky, but you guys, I am living for this. I really didn't think that I would love this as much as I do, but these mattes in here blend like a dream, and the metallics are like pow for $16, despite the packaging not being the greatest. Whatever, who cares? If a product works, a product works. I am thoroughly impressed with how these shadows performed and how they blended. There was really no kickback at all or kick up, as you can see. I don't have any fallout underneath my eyes whatsoever. One last step I almost forgot. Let's go ahead and play with the blush. I think since my eyes are so intense, I'm just going to go with this lightest shade down here. I'm going to take a dual fiber brush. This is from Delium Tools. This is a 958 dual fiber powder blending brush. I'm just going to dip into that kind of peachy and just dab it on the cheeks. Beautiful. You do not need much at all. I've already highlighted. If you guys have not tried putting your blush on with a dual fiber brush like this, you need to. It will put blush on so beautifully without like being super intense. And I just like to stipple it and bring it up this way. But this is like a beautiful blush shade. It is not patchy. Boom, right away I can tell. It just goes on beautifully. So there you have it, guys. This is the Nouveau Neutrals, the 26 color shadow and blush palette from BH Cosmetics. Again, you can get this on bhcosmetics.com. I don't think Ulta is carrying this quite yet. I don't know if they will. $16, but again, like I said, it is on sale for $12 right now. I will put a link in the description box where you can get the palette if you are interested in it. I do think it is a very unique neutral palette because you've got the cool shades, the warm tones with the blush in here. This is like an all-in-one. You could even use this as like a highlight shade. Let's actually try that. I do already have highlight on, but what the hell? I'm gonna go in with this kind of, I'll pick up the pink fan brush. Yeah, like look at that. You could easily highlight with that shade. That is beautiful. So, I mean, this could be like an all-in-one palette, perfect for travel, especially if you don't want to bring like super expensive makeup with you. This is a really good option. There are daytime looks, nighttime looks. I do want to mention that I believe I can come up with at least one thing that this is a dupe for. I'm like looking down on the floor. Unfortunately, that's where all my palettes are these days. My room is a mess. The Just Peachy Mattes palette, look at this, you guys. These are very similar shades. I try to open both of these up and show them to you. But look, like you've got a lot of these same corresponding shades. Obviously, the only thing about this one is you've got a lot more browns in it, but you still kind of get the idea. There's like some of the darker browns, the peachier tones. You know, I don't know if this is a direct dupe, but they are very similar to each other in that sense. So if you don't have the, I think, what is this, $40, $45 to splurge on this one, this is a good option if you want like those peachy matte shades. So there you guys have it. This palette is a win. This is totally worth the money. Stay tuned, you guys. I actually ordered the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise eyeliners and the mascara primer. It is brand new. I haven't heard anybody talking about it. Shout out to Trend Mood because they're the ones that I get like all of my makeup updates from, and that's who I actually saw that from. So stay tuned. I will be demoing that. I hope to have that video up on Friday, kind of showing you guys. They have a rose gold liner and a black liner, and the mascara primer is tinted in a special way. So you'll have to stay tuned to check that out. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel and you've been watching my videos, hit the subscribe button. It's free. It's free entertainment. It helps me. It helps you. It helps us all. So be sure to do that. Give this video a like if you enjoy it, and of course share it. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!